Philipsburg, New Jersey.
The locals just call it P-Burg.
They do.
Philipsburg is a town located along the Delaware River in Warren County, New Jersey. It is across the river from Easton, Pennsylvania. Major highways that enter Philipsburg include US Route 22 and Route 122. Interstate 78 passes through for less than a quarter of a mile without any exits. The town is connected to Pennsylvania across the Delaware River by 3 bridges: the Easton Philipsburg Toll Bridge carrying US Route 22, the Northampton Street Bridge, which is a free bridge, and the Interstate 78 Toll Bridge carrying Interstate 78, all of which are operated by the Delaware River Joint Toll Bridge Commission. Situated at the confluence of the Delaware River and the Lehigh River, Philipsburg has historically been a major transportation hub. From the 1830s to 1920s was the western terminus of the Morris Canal, which connected it by water eastward to the port of New York and New Jersey, and westward via the Lehigh Canal across the Delaware River. The 5 major railroads converged in Philipsburg are Philipsburg had historically benefited from being a major transportation hub, then manufacturing, with the investments by Ingersoll Rand in 1903, by operating the first Ingersoll Sargent factory in Philipsburg. Within a year, it employed 1,000 people, reaching a peak of 5,000 people. Philipsburg is being reinvented once again as a tourist attraction based on ecotourism. Long gone is the era of canal shipping, and many of the important freight railways that serve the area have gone bankrupt or bypassed the city on long-distance routes. A majority of the manufacturing jobs left Warren County's largest city once Ingersoll Rand closed operations in 2000. Portions of the town are part of an urban enterprise zone, UEZ, one of 32 zones covering 37 municipalities statewide. The city was selected in 1994 as one of a group of 10 zones added to participate in the program. In addition to other benefits to encourage employment within the UEZ, shoppers can take advantage of a reduced sales tax rate. Established in November 1994, the town's urban enterprise zone status expires in October 2025. In recent years, businesses have begun to move on to South Main Street. Rising real estate prices post-pandemic indicate that the combination of easy access to transportation and an eco-friendly environment is attracting investors from outside of town. Work continues through partnerships with residents, businesses, and charitable organizations to increase the engagement of everyone in Philipsburg, all for Philipsburg.
So, this is Delaware River Park. And like all parks, they have a bunch of no-nos. So let's go see what this park looks like. So, right now it's a paved path. Don't know where it leads. Let's go down here for a little while and take a look. Well, they have this fence right along this path, but in between the fence, there's a railroad tracks down there. And I can see and hear some trains. Yeah, you can see a little bit more of the trains through the fence. Well, on the other side of that tracks right there is the Delaware River. here's the map. Over the bridge we go. People fishing. And boy, this is a nice spot to fish, nice and shady. Boy, this is really peaceful here and beautiful.
Based on the latest 2022 data from the U.S. Census, the current population of Philipsburg is 15,291. Philipsburg, New Jersey is the 2,317th largest city in the U.S. Philipsburg has an area of 3.2 square miles. The peak population of Philipsburg was in 1990, when its population was 16,092. In 1990, Philipsburg was the 1,665th largest city in the U.S. Now it has fallen to the 2,317th largest city in the U.S. Philipsburg is currently 5% smaller than it was in 1990. Philipsburg has grown 0.8% since the 2000. Philipsburg, New Jersey's growth is below average. 68% of similar-sized cities are growing faster since 2000. Philipsburg has a population density of 4,682.1 people per square mile. The total voting age population of Philipsburg, New Jersey, meaning U.S. citizens 18 or older, is 10,271. The voting age population is 47.9% male and 52.1% female. According to the latest census statistics, 13.4% of the residents of Philipsburg are 65 or older. The racial demographics of Philipsburg are 78.0% white, 10.3% black, 6.2% two or more races, 3.2% other, 2.0% Asian, and 0.3% American Indian. Additionally, 14.5% of the population identifies as Hispanic. In Philipsburg, 17.6% of residents have an income below the poverty line, and the child poverty rate is 32.4%. On a per household basis, 13.5% of families are below the poverty line in Philipsburg. Among those aged 16 and older, 67.3% of Philipsburg's residents are in the labor force. Among the adult population 25 years older, 84.6% of Philipsburg's residents have at least a high school degree or equivalent. 19.0% have a bachelor's degree, and 6.7% have a graduate or professional degree. Among Philipsburg's residents aged 5 and older, 13.6% of them speak a non-English language at home. Broken down by language, 9.4% of residents speak Spanish at home, 2.8% speak an Indo-European language, and 0.4% speak an Asian language. The unemployment rate in Philipsburg is 5.2%, which is calculated among residents aged 16 or older who are in the labor force. In Philipsburg, 16.2% of the residents in the non-military labor force are employed by the local, state, and federal government. The median household income in Philipsburg is $54,459. 55.1% of household units are occupied by their owners. Renters occupy 44.9% of housing units in Philipsburg. Of all the housing units in Philipsburg, 42.6% of them were built before 1940. 0.9% of the total housing units were built after the year 2000. The median gross monthly rent payment for renters is $968. And finally, 78.8% of households have an active broadband internet connection. If you're enjoying this small town series, please hit the like button and comment, and please subscribe, and we'll be at a town near you soon.